Well, hi everyone. It just seems like yesterday I was up here running this session February last year. So I just want to make sure I got this clicker. Last time I had to hold it up. All right. So today, in fact, I'll just jump back to this slide. The Accountable Boardroom. So this is something that's really exciting that I'm working on. There are a couple of members of the Accountable Boardroom here tonight of the Accountable Boardroom Emerald program. But this little baby that I created back when COVID kicked off, not when it started, when it kicked off, well, I suppose it's the same thing at the end of the day. It's now going to the United States. So I'm really happy with that. We're rolling the Accountable Boardroom out with whiteboards and whiskey, which is another thing that I work on across the United States, which I think is pretty cool. So, and we do have some US clients who participate with some of the Australian clients here now. I do need to talk a little bit slower for the guys over in the States, but I'll leave that one. All right, so 2025. I want to have a think about this. So this is going to be a little bit of an interactive session. There is a workbook on the table for everyone. Now I know some people don't like writing workbooks. I do workbooks for everything I do. I think it's really good for us to take what's from the screen, what's in our head, and take notes on this piece of paper. But if you choose not to, that's your call. I'll give you the thumbs up when it's time to take a photo, because I'm going to be building some models in this presentation instead of having like a whiteboard to go through it, because it gets a bit messy and it's hard for everyone to see. All right, so 2025. Now we're going to dive right into some interaction on the table. If we think about 2025, and let's fast forward to December 2025. The question I've got for you is, what should we all have when it comes to creating our ultimate business by the end of 25? So what is the thing that we should all have? What is the thing that potentially we should all be doing? And I want you to think about that question, and I want you to unpack that on the table. It's a little bit of a trick to it. I'm only looking for one word, but if we're focusing on 2025, what we want to achieve, what is the one thing that we should all have when it comes to creating our ideal or our ultimate business? So just grab a couple of minutes, have a chat, bounce around. What are the one thing that we might need or that we should all have to achieve the ultimate business by the end of 2025? I'm interested in hearing. So if we think about what is the one thing that we should have when we're going to 2025 to achieve our ultimate. So who's got one thing? And I give you a hint, it is a word. So what is it? Vision. Vision. I might just... Sales. All right. Sales or profit? Yeah, profit. Plan. Nice. What else?
My first one was just life.
Life. All right. So what else? Anyone else want to do a quick share? Time. I wanted someone to say time. That's a good one. Time is our enemy. It really is. Gratitude. Love it. $12,000. Who said $12,000? That's the one thing that we want. All right. Okay. So what I want to have a quick look through, we're going to run through an exercise around mindset. So if we're thinking about trying to achieve our goals, one of the first things that I want to have a look at is mindset. So I want to unpack a little exercise. So in our workbooks, we've got this page, which has got like a little sketch of an iceberg. So imagine this iceberg. It's sitting there floating. Many of you would know the iceberg analogy. So this iceberg analogy, I like to call it the identity iceberg. So what we see above the surface, the very first thing is our behaviours. So people who understand or have done disc profiling before, that's what we see. That's the behaviours we see, that's the behaviours that we're aware of, and those behaviours ultimately create our results. But it's what lies below that drives what happens above the waterline. It's what sits below that fuels our behaviours, that generates our results. So we've got skills, beliefs, values, identity. If we think about this in reverse, the identity fuels our values. Our values ultimately then fuel up our beliefs generate the skills, and then whatever sits on the surface, our behaviour and our ultimate results, it's really driven by what's below the surface. I do like to dig deep into here, into values, because if our values are not aligned, it has a ripple effect up and we start to behave unnaturally. The results that we start to achieve are well and truly behind what we should be achieving. Now, if we think about motivation, motivation comes from these elements. Motivation also comes from our environment. So our identity reflects the environment that we're sitting in. Making sense? All right. So our environment is the people that we have around us. Our environment is here, right now. Our environment's what's back in the office. Our environment's what's at home. And that environment, those people that we have around us, they will either support or potentially they will block our goals. It's a really interesting thing to think about. So I want to put the curtain down just for a sec. Hope you like my slides. I love slides. You can listen to things, goes in one ear, out the other, but you can't unsee things, which is why I like to connect it to slides. So is it clear, and I want to think about this question, and I'm going to read it from the screen so I don't get it wrong. Is it clear that there are people in our lives that support our goals, but also people who tend to block or stall our goals? Yeah? Everyone? Hands up? Yeah? You agree with that? Yeah. All right. So, Jim Rohn, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. I love this. It's really, really influential on our motivation. All right, so if we're to change our mindset for 2025 to achieve our goals, first, we must look at our environment. So, I've got a question. And I just want you to think about this. I don't want you to answer it, because to answer this question, I don't want to start any fights around the table in case there are some people sitting here that's like, yeah, okay, I get that. Are there some people in your life that need an adjustment of time spent with? Now that's not negative, it can be negative. Are there people that we should be keeping away from because they're impacting our motivation? If our motivation's impacted, then it affects our mindset, and then it has that domino effect. But there are also people that we should be bringing into our network, making closer to ourselves and spending more time with them. Makes sense, right? All right. So I want to do an exercise, and we're going to look internally. So we've had a bit of a chat around our environment, and we need to be really aware of who we are surrounding ourselves with in our environment, because we do become the average of the 5. I've got an exercise I'm going to drop into the workbook. And I know my clients that are here, I love workbooks. Workbooks are awesome. Normally I make it easier for them, I make them editable so they can sit on their computers, but here, there's no computers, so everyone has to write. So we've got this model here, it's an X. So we're going to build this model. And if anyone is going to take photos, don't take a photo of each slide, I'll give you the thumbs up, take a photo when I give you the thumbs up, because then the model's finished. Where's my quadrant gone? There's supposed to be a couple of X's on there. All right. So I'm going to go back to the workbook. So we go to workbook. So if we think about the y-axis, so the top of the y-axis, I want to put the word grow. And then at the bottom of the y-axis, I want to put the word sing. I do not know why that's not on there. It worked on the PowerPoint. All right. Then we've got our x-axis. So we're starting to build this map. So down the left-hand side, we've got the word hard. So the things we're doing in that space are hard, they're difficult. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, and then at the other end, we've got easy. So we're trying to build these 4 quadrants around the mindset. It looks like the X is not going to appear on any of these slides. So if we think about this bottom right hand quadrant. So this is what I call the comfort zone. Everyone's probably heard of that terminology, the comfort zone. It's not a good space. Comfort zone, things are easy, not changing things, we're just going to go along, do the same thing, and we tend to find in that comfort zone, we're not progressing, we're slowly starting to sink. So it's make easy decisions that either sink or store you. So this is the quick, easy decisions, get it off my table, I don't want to do anything to change, for whatever reason, we're in this comfort zone. Then we've got what I call the danger zone. So if we look where it's sitting, so it's really hard. The stuff we're doing there, it's really hard for us to get done, but we're burning out. We're chasing the things that are just, we can't get off our plate. We're in this extinguishing fire type space where we're running around, we're busy, we haven't got time, we're starting to sink. So this is the burnout quadrant. So this is where, if we go into this space, and all of us do, I've been there, I'm sure everyone around this room has been there as well. So that's the 2 quadrants that really enable us to be pulled down, which I don't like. And I know anyone around this room would not like to be sitting in that space. So let's look into the growth area. So we've got this zone here, which is a combination of hard and growth. So this is the combat zone. This is where, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we actually do need to play in here, but we need to play in it the right way. We need to make the hard decisions. And those decisions could be hard in a positive way, like there might be some risk, but it's looking really good. There's decisions that we need to make that are not going to be comfortable for us to do, but we need to play in this space. These decisions, these hard decisions, it's a critical thinking element. It's like a second order decision. Those decisions, I like to say, they're the decisions we make in what I call yellow time. That's our combat zone. As entrepreneurs, we need to be there and we need to play the game well. And then we've got the final, which is the power zone, where we're growing and it's easy and we're having fun and it's absolutely awesome. So they're the 4, what I see is the 4 mindset zones. So we've got a comfort zone, danger zone. Both of those are pulling us down. One's really easy because I don't want to step outside of my comfort zone. And then the others, we're just burning out, we're fatiguing. Make sense? So if anyone wants to take a photo, it's time to take a photo. But it is in a PowerPoint, Luke's got it all. I don't have the PowerPoint, it's going to have a cross on it, but it looks like it probably won't. So my bad. All right, now we're going to do another model. I love models. My clients, I train them how to use models in sales process, and it is just such an awesome thing. But we're going to have a look at this model, and there's a spare seat down here if anyone wants it, sitting on the back. If anyone wants to get nice and close and feel my body warmth coming off. All right. And it looks like the circles are going on here too. Well, bring your laptop up here and we can... All right. So here, there's supposed to be a really nice archery target. So you've got these circles. So we're going to visualise the archery targets and it's up there, it's sitting there. And we're going to start plotting some things around it. So right in the middle, in the centre of that model that we've got in our workbook, we can either draw that character or just write the word me. So this is us. This is us as individuals. And then on the outside, sitting right around the outside of the ring. So this is not one of the rings. It's the, it is. It's the outside ring. Sorry. I wish I had the model up there. We got success. So I want to jump in to have a look at this. So that area in the middle, this is a great model to visualize the comfort zone. So that is us. we're sitting in this comfort zone. And then we have success that's sitting out there. So the success, if you remember that iceberg image, this success, that's the behaviours and the results that we're getting. So that's what this represents. And then we've got our comfort zone. Now, if we back it back to one ring, and just for clarity, this is supposed to be sitting outside of the model. So that sits outside of the rings. The next ring back in, we're going into growth. So that growth, that's that combat zone that we unpacked in the previous model. That's this space where things are hard, but we're going to grow from it. There's opportunity in there if we approach it the right way. Now, what holds us from shifting into that growth or combat zone is fear. Now, fear can be anything. So you picture that iceberg. So that iceberg, we're sitting on top of it. There's this great white shark circling us. It's like, okay, that's what fear is doing. It's circling us. It's holding us in our comfort space. Like, I don't want to go in there because that shark's going to do something to me. But then we picture, or a vessel comes along, or there's some other alternative on the other side of that. That's what we need to do. Like, what do we need to do to shift us from that comfort zone through the fear so that we can experience growth in the combat zone, which ultimately creates success? Now, this is an exercise for the table. So if we think about that model, and I hope everyone's got the details, I want to ask a question. What's the number one antidote that deals with fear and makes the combat zone enticing? So I want you to think about that. I want chat on the table. I'm going to give you a little hint. Again, it's one word. So what is the one word, have a chat on your table, that enables us to deal with fear and makes the combat zone enticing? So, we're thinking about what is the number one antidote that deals with fear and enables us to push through it and makes the combat zone enticing. So who wants to sing out? Who's got a word?
Action.
Change?
Courage.
Courage. I like that. Courage is good. Determination. Acceptance. Action. Support.
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
Why? Your why.
Your why. Beautiful.
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Love it. All great words. All things that will enable us to push through that fear to achieve that time in growth, that combat zone. For this exercise tonight, because we're here thinking about 2025, let's look at goals. So having a goal, that opportunity, that success, that is the goal that is going to enable us, if it is the right goal and it means something to us right down deep inside, then that will shift us to make a move through fear and start working in that combat zone. We need to think about the goals that will benefit you and the other people that are in your life. Okay, so we're going to jump into an exercise in the workbook. So I think I just stood on Rosie then. Or I stood on the mat, sorry. All right, so we've got this next page. I want to start thinking about what are some goals that might be worth chasing. So I pulled together like a little list. It could be things such as pay off my mortgage, educating my kids, contributing to a super fund, looking after family needs. Maybe the home you've always wanted, properties to build a portfolio. your ultimate holiday destination. Maybe that's a goal for 2025. The car you always wanted, renovations that you'd love, investment for passive income, helping out the kids, helping parents into care, maybe going fishing. Like, what is our goal? So I want you to think about a goal that would benefit both you and the people you love. Now, we've got this page in the workbook, and we're going to sit on this for a little bit. So I want you to think about, what do you want and what would it mean to you? So I want you to make a short list of what you want. And remember, goals that would mean something to you and that represents a worthwhile target to achieve. It should be at a level that challenges you rather than something you're on track for anyway. So what's the best you'd like to have rather than something that's just marginally better than now? So have a look at these examples below. So I've broken it down. These are just some thought starters. Career goals, relationship goals, health goals. So we're talking the end of 2025. Career goals might be, what do you aim to be making or saving? Tasks that would add value to your role. Training that would add to your skills. Active communication on my behalf that would be positive and beneficial. Maybe relationships, a new level of connection with your partner, a new level of communication with your team, or mates, or those outside of work. If you're single, maybe attracting the partner you want, or a new way to relate to family members. You can read through the list, but what I want you to do, these are just thought starters. Like, I don't want you to just pick that up and write it down. I want you to think about 2025, when we hit the end of 2025, what other goals are important to us as individuals? Maybe it's a whole career goal. Maybe it's a blend of all three. But I want you to try and capture here what the goals are. What would be a business goal? What would be a relationship goal? What would be a health goal? Now, once we've done that exercise, I want you to capture in your words, and I'm not going to get you to share this, but capture in your words, what would it mean to you to achieve this? What would it allow you to be, or do, or have that you don't see as a reality at the moment? And I want to stretch this. Like, it can't be something they're on track for. Dial it up. Add another 20% to it. Set the targets. Set the goal that we want to achieve at the end of 2025. So grab a couple of minutes and try and capture here and just make a start on it. Like, I'm not saying tonight we're going to map out the plan, but let's make a start on it, and you can take this back home. Watch the video if you choose to, because I know it's going to be circulated, and let's get that exercise done. So a couple of minutes, capture your goals, and then answer this question in your own words and write it down in the workbook. All right, have fun. Okay. There's one more exercise on this. Come on. Luke just stole 5 minutes from me because he ran 5 minutes late, so I've been told to pull my finger out, so consider it pulled. All right, so now what I want you to do is spend 30 seconds, because I want one person to be nominated from each table to stand up and not share your goal, but share a goal that you heard that was breathtaking, that it made you stop. It's like, oh, God damn, that's awesome. Why didn't I think of that goal? So do a quick, around the table, who's going to do it? But you need to be talking about a goal that you heard. I don't want to hear about yours. So this is my little test to see if you're actually doing the work. All right, come on, everyone. Everyone need a bit of shush, because I want everyone to listen to these goals. Like, this is not our own goal. This is not us getting up on a pedestal and saying, I'm going to do this. I want you to share something that you heard. So, which table wants to go first? All right. So, take the microphone. What's your name?
My name is Jackie.
Jackie?
Hello. There were some amazing goals on our table, but I'm going to pinpoint yours. First year of business, hitting quite a massive number in her first year. And 300,000.
Nice.
Big goals. I like
High
that.
five.
I'm thinking way too small.
Yes,
so I'm
that's what we want. Awesome. Great share. Great share. So I'm going to go to this table. Who's nominated? All right. So if you can just give us your name first and then the goal you heard.
Hi everyone, my name's Kate. We all agreed that Leanne has a great goal. She is running a subscription and she's turning 50 this year and she wants 50 subscribers by the time she's 50. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice one. Nice one, Nicole. And just so everyone knows, I actually saw Nicole on Aussie Snake Catchers. Oh, Leanne, sorry. I saw Leanne, sorry, on Aussie Snake Catchers, which is pretty random. All right, this table. Who's talking? Josh. Who's? Josh. All right.
Okay, we have someone at this table who's not going to do their first marathon. They've already done it. They're going to do the second one. This year they're like training hard, and they're going to smash it, beat the time.
Awesome. So that's you, Sam. All right. Train hard. Okay, let's go to this table. Who's Angela? All right.
Well, we actually had a little bit of a debate. There was a combination of two, but there was one that is 4 weeks off from business, people, and everything. We thought that was pretty cool, and then there was someone else who was in Bali, so we went, well, why not away from everything in Bali for 4 weeks?
Nice. Freedom, love it. All right, so I'm going to head over to this back corner. So who's talking? All right, so we've got Trevor.
Hi, thanks. I like this one because it's all about improving your knowledge and your skills. So we have someone who's looking to improve their IT skills and knowledge,
Yep.
so which will then benefit their business and
Awesome.
probably their lives. So that's where
Awesome.
yeah.
Excellent. And who was that? Oh, nice, Ingrid. All right. Well done. We've done this one. We've done the front three are done, right? I lose count. All right. Where are we at? Here? This table? There are lots of fingers being pointed. All right.
Hi, Bhavna, and we're doing Paula's goal, which is learning her carpentry or completing a carpentry course. Basic carpentry to make a duck house.
A duck house.
I want to get ducks. Get ducks.
And what are you going to do with the ducks?
I just want the ducks to just waddle around the property. I just love ducks.
That's what my sister does. She lives down in Belmont in Brisbane and she's got ducks everywhere. All right. So we've got this table here. Who is the nominee? Because we know you're after $12,000. We heard that. All right. We got Kim.
Hi guys. Okay, so we've nominated Janet's goal as a good one, which is to fill her diary, which will then enable her to focus better and prioritise throughout her day and get her tasks done.
Awesome. Nothing like a full diary. Okay. Anyone down the back here? Can't talk about yourself. Rose, it has to be someone else's goal.
Absolutely.
All right.
My name is Rose. We're in the judging table. We give Chris a 2 for the PowerPoint.
It's on the screen. It's the projector.
Neil's goal is really good. Firstly, his goal, I know you said, is to not die. So that's a good one. And to not go broke. So money and
What was the first one?
not die.
Ah,
Well, you've got to live, right?
that's right. I love it. That's cool. Not die. All right. So thanks for the share, everyone. I think it's really, really important to hear what people are trying to achieve and like have this discussion on the table. Now I'm running really, really short of time. So I have realised, and just by the way, Rose, you can have a look at the computer that Luke's got. All of the crosses and circles, they're on it. It's the projector that's not putting them up here. All right. So there are 2 pages left in the workbook. I only want to look at this one. So this next page in the workbook. So this is the commitment to the year ahead. The last page, we can complete that at home, but I've got another exercise I want to throw into it. So my commitment to the year ahead And I really want to read through this. So the important point about goals. Goals have two purposes. One's obvious, the other less obvious. What's obvious is a goal is something to strive for and stretch our capability to chase after something that we haven't yet achieved. But more importantly, and it is always less obvious, is the journey towards that goal that puts us into new situations that challenge us, new unexpected hurdles that we need to overcome, new people that you would never ever have met if you hadn't set the goal in the first place. Many of these people and situations that you encounter will contain fresh opportunities that may or may not have been on the radar, but are still highly valuable learning and earning opportunities. That's why we set the goals, both to strive for and because they take us on a journey that gives us the best moments of our professional and personal lives. The moments, that's the gold, not the goal. They sound very similar, don't they? The goals, it's the purpose to create the journey to give us those moments that make it the best year of our lives. So I want you to think about those goals that we've got, our own individual goals, what they are. And I want you to try and picture one word. If you could have one word that's going to describe and remind you of those goals as we move forward over the course of 2025, because it's going to go like that. It's just going to blink your eye and it's going to be gone. What is a word that you can, and I like this idea, I do this myself, record. Say the word into your phone, record it. It's your voice, it's your word, and it needs to mean something for you, and set that as your alarm that you wake up to every morning and listen to it, whatever that word is in your voice. It's a cool little hack. You don't have to do it, but it's a really, really cool idea. Or you can write that word on a post-it note and stick it on the bathroom mirror. You can put it on the screensaver of your phone. But what's that one word? And drop it in that box there. When we've got that one word, and I'm not going to get anyone to share it, again, while we're in that space of thinking about 2025, I want you to think about what is your secret wish. And this is your secret wish. This is not going to be shared here tonight. But what is your secret wish for 2025? And really unleash your mind, like stretch it. Like what is that deep down, hidden, secret wish that we're going to bring to realisation at the end of 2025? So grab a couple of minutes to do that. And when you put your secret wish down, think about when you achieve this, not if, not maybe, it's when we achieve this. How will it impact those that are important to you? Our team, our business, our family, our partner, our friends, our network, our environment that our iceberg is sitting in. So have a think about that, and I'll give you a couple of minutes to put your word for the year ahead, your secret wish, and how is that going to impact when it happens, because it will. All right. So I'm just going to stand up here. Who's got a word they want to yell out? Just yell it out. What's your word? Drive. All right. What's another word? Determination. Momentum. Clarity. Focus. Yeah. But I asked for one. No, that's great. All right. Your word. Impact. Passion. Is that what you said? All right. Prosperity. Okay. Discipline. All right. Kids?
Kiss.
Kiss.
Yes.
As in the band?
No.
All right. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. Okay. But Kiss is a good band too. All right. I think they are. Maybe they're not. Okay. So has this been helpful so far? Yeah? Or thumbs down? Or thumbs up? Please give me a thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. All right. So, now what? This is an exercise that I think just rocks. And I chatted to Luke about this is an idea and I want to do this and we're going to do it. So we have a decision to make for 2025. We can either make it your best year yet, or we can take a photograph or photocopy 2024 and get the exact same results this year. I'm hoping this is the one we're going for. All right. So, this is an exercise, and Luke, I'm trying to get it done as quick, but I do not want to rush this. All right, I'm sorry, dude. Everyone can complain to me.
What we will do though is I'll make sure at 7:30 we pause. So if anyone does need to race home and leave the babysitter or anything like that, we'll just pause at 7:30 and just go slow. So I'll let Chris know.
All right.
No one needs to go out as well.
Okay. All right. So, from a logistics point of view, just grab 30 seconds, close your eyes, visualise that goal, you've achieved it. You're there, 2025, you're sitting at home, might be Christmas, it might be this time next year. What's around you? Touch it, feel it. How does it make you feel? What's the business doing? Has it impacted your family? Has it impacted your life? Really, really dig in deep and visualise it. All right. So now we're going to write a letter to you from your future self. At the end of each table, there are blank bits of paper and envelopes. So I want to pass this around the table because we are going to do an exercise. And I'll go through a little process for it. We're going to write a letter tonight which is being written from our future self. And I want you to fold it up. I want you to stick it in the envelope. I want you to put your name and your address on the front. You can put a work address. And 100% disclosure, it will not be used for marketing, but I'm going to collect all of the envelopes and I'm going to mail them to you at the end of this year. So this is a letter to yourself from your future self, and you will receive this back.
I won't be in the same house. I'll be in a big house. Mansion on the hill.
Well,
Overseas.
keep coming to LinkedIn Locals and I'll get your new address and I'll make sure that you get sent. All right. So this exercise, it is really, really critical that we don't think about what might be possible. Like, we need to shift ourselves forward, and we are writing a letter back to ourselves. And we're writing a letter back to ourselves. These are some ideas that it's going to describe what's happened in the last 12 months. So you are writing to yourself saying, this is what happened. That was friggin' awesome. Like, when was the moment that you decided to go for it? Write that in the letter to yourself. But it has to be in the context that you're in the future and you're writing a letter backwards. What was the moment that you decided to go for it? What sort of encouragement from the future would you be giving yourself because you achieved this? What's the business doing? What are you going to tell yourself? The business is just, oh my God, you've done such an awesome job. It's been a fantastic year because we're doing this or that. What's your personal life like? How does it make you feel? So please, and if you want, just write one sentence. But I want you to write a letter to yourself, and I'm going to shut up so we can get this done. So while people are finishing off this exercise, because I know a lot of people have completed, like, what did you think of that exercise? Have we done something like that before? Yeah? It's a great exercise. It's an awesome tool. Are you looking forward to reading that letter in 12 months' time? Because you will. All right. It looks like everyone's sealing envelopes, which is great. All right. Lauren? Okay, so it's time to land the plane. All right, so I like to do a thing called the sniff test. So we've got our plan. This is a good plan. There's lots of stuff in here. There's goals. There's ambitions. There's money. There's freedom. There's lots of stuff in this plan. So let's give it the sniff test. So I want everyone to hold your plans up and sniff them. Breathe it in deep. You don't have to get too close to it, but can you smell that? So does it smell like roses or does it smell like a dog fart? I'm hoping that it smells like roses. If it doesn't, I haven't done a good job, but that's the sniff test. All right, so I really hope this session's been helpful. You might be wondering some of these goals, well, how am I supposed to fund it? Like, where can I get the funding for this? Or you might be feeling a little bit stuck. Like, you say, okay, well, what do I do next? So there's two options, and it's on the back of the workbook. So you take it away. There's a QR code that will give you access to a copy of my book that's got some great stuff in there. And it's a 5-step business playbook. And there are 5 exercises in there. There's a lot of content around it. You get worksheets with it. And the idea is to do 1 exercise a week. And it will start you on that trajectory. And that's free. Just scan the QR code. It's on the back of the workbook so you can take it with you. The other option is to book in a chat. I call it a profit architect session because I'm absolutely committed to generating profit. I'm absolutely committed to business owners to be able to look at their bank account and say, that's my profit. Because I know quite often we don't see it. It's like, well, I know I've made some profit, but where the hell is it? That's my commitment. We go through and we identify where it is. So again, QR code, if you want to book in, just book in. But please, I just realised this. I've had a massive battle with Microsoft over the last 12 hours. My calendar, don't scan that until tomorrow, please. Because it'll take you to a calendar that is blank because it's not syncing with my Microsoft calendar right now. And it'll just cause havoc. So please, if you want to jump on board, just scan it tomorrow. All right, so one last thing. This fear that we have to push through to create growth, which enables success. I just want to put a little personal thing to it. So my son, Angus, he's 18, he's in year 12 this year, he turns 18 in July. We had a bit of a chat probably 3 or 4 years ago, and he was working through some challenges at school. And we sat down and we started to unpack, well, where do you want to go? What are some options that we've got to unpack? And we put him on the right path. It was about 2 weeks after that, I was driving him to school. And he said, Dad, do you mind if I share something with you? I said, yeah, cool. He said, I realised something about that chat that we had, because it was on this comfort zone exercise. His words, where fear is momentary, but regret is forever. These came out, he was 14 when he told me this. So this is on my socials. And I attribute it to Angus. It blew me away. And it makes me get emotional even now when I look at it. But you need to remember that fear that goes around our comfort zone. And on the other side of it, there is growth and there's success. Fear is momentary. If we don't make a change, we're going to regret it. And that is forever. So that's me. I hope you enjoyed it.